phone go? Here we go, guys. Gonna start. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry, apologies for the late start. I need to get set up here. Started a lot later than I wanted to today, and honestly, I didn't get as much drawing done as I wanted to today. I had school today, but I'm hoping to go a little bit longer than usual. Just making sure everything's okay over here. Make sure we're okay here. Just gonna get you on my chat now. I'm still gonna talk a lot, but I'm gonna try to get a little bit more drawing done. Last night, I think I did more talking than drawing last night. So let's see here. Let's see here. Hello, everyone. Just saying a quick hi to everybody. Let's see here. It's going pretty fast. Going pretty fast here. So welcome, my friends. Welcome. Ray's Brigade, Sad Hobo says. Some of you guys have the best names, Ray's Brigade. Hello, Ray's Brigade. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. Welcome, all of you. And thank you for joining me tonight. We could bring back what I called the virtual studio. Okay, so this is something that we started when I was doing the Star Wars mural, when I was streaming pretty much like 10 hours a day back then. So take this opportunity not just to watch me draw, but I know a lot of you are artists. Now's a great time to draw, so you could draw along with me. Maybe not the same thing, but if you have something to work on, and I'm here to answer your questions as well. So I'm more than happy. Hold on, Sing Shady. I'm going to give you a shout out because you asked for it, and I like your name, Sing Shady. I like that name. Hi, everyone. So yeah. So let's get started here, okay? So any questions you guys have, okay? So again, I like answering longer questions because it allows me to draw longer. So if any of you guys have a question, hold on. Thank you already for the super chats. Garrett, does a super chat again? Garrett, you gave me already so many yesterday. Thank you so much. Mr. Brett, thank you so much. Said oof. He says oof. Thank you guys. So yeah, any long, extensive questions I could answer for you, I'm more than happy to do so. Some of you are asking to see the full picture, so maybe I could show you before I begin. Let me see if I can zoom out. Like, this is zoomed a little bit, but so you can see. So we got the destroyer here, and the celestials. Okay, and I'm gonna try to face the microphone more. I noticed watching some of the live stream back last night that the more my head was turned, that you guys can't hear me. So, and I'll try to keep my head closer to the mic so you guys can hear me in a little bit more. Okay, so give me a question, guys. Give me a question. I'd love to answer your questions, all right? Oof. Mr. Brett said oof again. There you go. ASMR. Evan wants ASMR. Hello. How are you? ASMR. Get some ASMR first. There you go. Here you go. Little ASMR there, right in there. There you go. Mal BJ asked, what do I plan to do with the giant tablet that I have now that I have it? And again, thank you to my friends at Wacom. By the way, it is Wacom. I actually asked them how to pronounce it. They told me it's like Sock'em. So it actually is Wacom. By the way, Mitz Rocks gave me a super chat. There you go. How was my Thor video? A big fan as you know. The Thor video is coming along, my friend. There you go. Brandon says, how quick did your channel take off? Your new channel, aren't you? Brandon, first of all, thank you for all the super chats you've been giving me. You've given me a lot the past couple days. I really appreciate it. My channel is not new at all. I started this channel back in 2013. 2013, that's when I started. And again, I mentioned this yesterday. It started off as a movie pundit channel. I wanted to be like the drawing movie pundit. So I wanted to review movies, and draw previews of movies. So you will see my very first videos was me previewing upcoming movies. starting with Iron Man 3, I believe, back then. And then I realized that people were more interested in me drawing than actually giving my opinion. I know if I stayed the course, it could have been successful if I stayed the course, but I decided to change. Well, really, I only put up like 6 videos or so, 6 videos, and then I decided to. Well, I did not decided. I got another job, and then I went. What's called? So I got distracted, so I didn't really post anything new after the 6 videos for about a year and a half. And then 2015, that's when I started getting into posting regularly again. Started with a Facebook challenge, actually. It was a Facebook challenge to post 3 pieces of art a day, and I decided to, when I just put it on my YouTube channel. And then that's where I began. So I'm definitely not new. I wish I was. But for 4 years, I got up to about 50,000 at the beginning of this year. And this year, it just kind of exploded a little bit this year. So I gained over 500,000 subscribers this year. And I really do appreciate that. So I don't know how that happened. I really don't. But I am appreciative of all you guys who subscribed and all that. So, okay, so I'm just gonna call up some reference here. Some of you always ask. Am I looking at reference? So, I do. I do look at reference in terms of trying to get the details down here. So, okay, let me I'm gonna just call my reference, and I'm gonna apologize, guys. I won't be able to look at the chat as frequently, just because I'm using my phone for reference and all that. My laptop actually is it's in the shop, right? So I gotta figure that out. So usually I have the reference on my laptop, and then I'll look at the chat on my phone. But now I need both for this. So okay, so let me just grab a quick question here, guys. So about 500 of you watching right now. Hello, hi, 500 of you guys. There you go. There you go. Let's see here. Is it possible to see a Star Wars drawing from you in the future? Yes, actually. I still plan on adding on to my Star Wars mural. I still need to add The Last Jedi, even though some of you don't want me to add The Last Jedi to the piece. But I want to finish it, right? So it is missing Last Jedi, and it is missing Episode 9. Will I be putting Han Solo in there? Probably not. But we will see. And then we'll see what happens in the new year. There are things happening which I can't talk about right now. But we'll see. That's all I can say at this moment. We'll see. So I will definitely be doing that. Also, my buddy Apple, he wants me to do a special commission for him, which I haven't started really yet. So, which might be one I'm going to be doing once school's done in a week. I got to finish that one up for my buddy Apple. So yeah, okay. So let me quickly grab another question here. Michael says, "Add The Last Jedi." Don't want people didn't like that movie. I had fun with the movie. I do get some people's complaints with the movie, but I totally had fun with the movie when it came out. So, but I get why people were upset with the movie. So, yeah, this is what it is. But we'll see if I add Solo to it or not. We'll see if they'll invite me to Celebration this year or next year in Chicago. I'd love to go to Celebration. I'd love to bring the whole Star Wars piece to Celebration. We'll see. I'll talk to my connections over there. We'll see. If any of you are in Chicago, maybe we'll do like a meetup in what's it called, at Star Wars Celebration. We'll see. Am I recording? Okay, I'm recording here. So, let's see here. Okay. And by the way, this whole piece is for my buddy Jeremy, who actually just got online. So, my buddy Jeremy. So, I'm starting on this Celestial here, the main one. Okay. Watching for the Philippines. Hi, Cedric. Welcome, my friend. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Christopher's here too. Hi, Christopher. How you doing, buddy? Got the old virtual studio crew. They're all back online here. So, okay. Can you draw the whole drawing today? Probably not, Aditya. Probably not. I'm going to get far, but probably not. I'm going to plan on drawing for maybe 3 to 4 hours. But definitely I probably won't finish today. Because this is the most detailed drawing ever. So it's going to take some time. I probably won't finish till... I'm hoping to finish on sometime on Friday. But we'll see. Tomorrow's actually a very busy day, so I can't really draw during the day tomorrow. Maybe just a little bit during the day tomorrow, but not much. So I probably won't be able to draw again until tomorrow night again. So yeah, I should just get drawing really. Okay, so I just want to get one long question. Someone give me a question that will take me a while to answer. Okay, go ahead, and then let's see here. How I've been liking the new Cintiq, Kari asked. Really cool, really cool. Why do I start with red? Because it's, again, I'm just used to it now. I've been doing that for 20 years, so let's call it habit. What paper do I use? This is Mayfair, okay. And let's get, this is a color pilot inlet. All right. How did I train? Okay, that's a good question. How did I train? How did I start drawing? Those are some really good questions here. Also, I'm probably gonna look for some moderators to help me out with the chat here, because before, when I used to go live, it was only like between 20 people, and the max was like 80, so it was a little bit more manageable. Now there's a lot of you; it's a little bit harder to do that. So I'll probably be looking for some moderators sooner than later, but we'll see, guys. Okay, but let me see. Do I think I'll ever do a monthly book again? No. That's a big fat no. I'll probably. I'm done with sequential art. I think I'm done. Maybe a short story, but even then, probably not. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. How did I start drawing? Okay, so since some of you are asking questions that are very similar, okay. Not even a self-owned project? Probably not, unless I could find a way to make it interesting for me. So, okay, so let me I better get actual working here. So, apologies, guys. I'm actually not even looking at the chat right now because I have to look at the reference. So just give me a second here, because I want to make sure I'm as accurate as possible here. Okay. So let me talk about how I actually got into art itself, and I've said this story many times before. But hold on, let me just get his face going. Okay, and this is for my buddy Jeremy. Jeremy, if there's any issues or anything whatsoever, just message me. Let me know. Okay, the way we've been talking, of course. But how did I get into art? Like, I've always been drawing as long as I remember. If someone asked me today if they want me to put an age on it, I always say like 3. But even then, I'm not even sure that was, it could have been earlier than that for sure, because as long as I could remember, I have been drawing. So usually it's Saturday morning cartoons. That's really what got me drawing. The old Super Friends show. I love the Super Friends show. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Wonder Twins, all those. If any of you remember that show, if you're as old as me, the old Spider-Man show, that would come on at lunchtime. I would go home from lunch from school, and I would love to watch the old Spider-Man cartoon back in the day. Spider-Man. But that really started my love for drawing. Though I never really thought about making art a career till later on. So I've always been drawing, but the goal was always to become a doctor at that time. Right? I was gonna be like anything with a uniform, really. Doctor, fireman, policeman, just because they wore a cool uniform, right? That's why people wanted to be those have those different types of professions, right? But hold on, I'm just adding a few details in here. Okay. So with that, it wasn't until my last year of high school when I looked at my schedule And I said to myself, you know what? I kind of don't want to be a doctor. I don't want that to be my career. I wanted to go to get into art. So I told my mom that, and she did not like that. And she's like, hey, can't you do that on the weekends after surgery? You know? So I made a deal with my mom. And then after talking to a lot of my friends who have Asian moms, we all, kind of made the same deal with our moms. Let us go to school and hold on, just drawing and concentrating at the same time. Let us go to school. And if we can't find a job after, then we'll return to medicine, right? So luckily I didn't have to return to medicine, okay? 1 second here, guys. Greetings from Kentucky. Hello. Okay, so with that, I started. Oh, let me tell you how I got my first job in comics. That's a good story. But let me get my ink pen ready here. I'm gonna actually start inking this. Okay, I'm gonna start doing the broad strokes. Really, and I just want to make sure I got the right character here for the big middle one, which I believe it is this one here. Yes, it is that one. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Do I need my French curve? No, it's okay. So my very first job was at a company called Dreamwave Productions. I'm not sure if any of you heard of that company. I did talk a little bit about it yesterday. Let me just get a pen that actually works, first of all. It's called Dreamwave Productions. And back then, I didn't think I would get a job there because at that time, Dreamwave was mostly known for their anime work, okay? That's what they were known for. Pat Lee, who owned the company, he developed a style that wasn't really seen in American comics back then. It was like this sort of anime American style, okay? And no one's done it before in American comics anyway. Tried to bring it was like an anime on paper. That's what his style was, and people were drawn to it. And he came out with a book called Dark Minds, and that book sold like crazy. Okay, and the one thing appealing about that particular company to me was not necessarily the art style. It was more because it was local. Okay, because they were in a town called Markham, which is not too far from about 45 minutes from where I was living at the time. They were there, so that's why it was an intriguing company to work for. So I've been doing samples, like all of you, like a lot of you, doing comic book samples for a while, and there's a comic book convention here called Fan Expo, and I made a sample for them for that particular convention. Okay, it was a Top Cow sample. I believe it was. I did it was a video game. It was called Fear Effect, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry. It was. I did a sample featuring characters Ripclaw and Velocity from Cyberforce. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Cyberforce. That was one of the first samples that I did. And so my whole thing was I wanted a job with Top Cow, this comic book company called Top Cow, and they were there. So I went to go see Top Cow at first, and I showed them my portfolio, and the editor-in-chief there, Matt Hawkins, he was there, and he took a look at my stuff, and he was really nice. He really liked my stuff. He gave me some great feedback to the work. Gave me some great feedback to the work. But then he said, okay, I'll tell you what, give me your contact, and then I'll talk to our production manager. We'll give you the number to the studio. That's what he said. So I was there. I was feeling really good at that point. I was feeling really good. I'm like, okay, great. But on the way back, me and my buddy were passing by the Dreamway booth, and and my friend was like, "Hey, why don't you just give it to him anyway, right?" Even though I didn't have like an anime style, as you guys know, I don't draw anime that well, as you've seen from my Goku. I don't draw anime or manga that well, but he said, "What would it hurt if you gave them a portfolio, right?" So I did. I went over there, and I met a guy. His name is Sigmund Torrey, who's one of my friends to this day, Sigmund, and he took a look at my stuff. And I go, sorry, it's not anime. And he's looking at it. He's like, oh yeah, this stuff's great. This stuff's great. Here, have a business card. So he gave me a business card, and they had the number to the studio and everything. And he's like, yeah, give us a call. Okay, so I was feeling pretty good. Two companies wanted to work with me, so went home that day, and I think I waited like a week. And Top Cow never called. They never called, and that's fine. They never called, but. I did have the card, though, for Dreamwave. So I tried calling during the day, Dreamwave, and then no one would pick up the phone. I kept calling. No one would pick up the phone, no voicemail, no nothing. And I thought, like, man, well, maybe they gave me the wrong number or what's going on here. So hold on. Let me just get these details. It's hard for me to talk and get all these little details here going. So I was reading a magazine. It's called Wizard Magazine. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember the old Wizard Magazine. That was like the internet back then. Like there was internet, but internet wasn't the internet yet back then. So that was where we got our scoops. Okay, it was Wizard Magazine. Okay, so I was reading the Wizard Magazine. They did a feature on Pat Lee, who was the owner of Dreamwave Productions. Okay. And I was reading that article. He was talking about how he had 3 pages to do that day, to draw that day. They were doing the interview, and then he said, "Good thing he woke up." And then it said there the time when he said that was midnight. And then I said to myself, "Oh, okay, I get it. These guys are night owls. They stay up late." So I thought, okay, I'll call them at night. So I called them. I called the studio at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. And lo and behold, someone picked up the phone. Okay? That was the first time. 2 rings. Someone picked up the phone on the other side. They go, "Hello?" And it was Roger Lee who picked up the phone. Roger is Pat's brother. And he was like the production manager back then. And I told him, "Hey, my name is James Reyes. I'm an artist. Sigmund gave me a card, and I would love to come in and show you guys my stuff. If you guys are interested. I know you're busy, but if you're all interested in all." And he's like, "Okay, why don't you come by tonight? Come by tonight. Bring your portfolio." So I was like, "Oh, right, great." So all because I called at 3 o'clock in the morning. There you go. So then I went. He gave me the address to the studio. I went there. I think it was like 8 o'clock. I went over there. They were already outside. They were smoking. A lot of those guys smoked in there. I don't smoke, but it was like they're all smoking outside. And Pat was there already. Okay, so we were chatting on the outside for a bit. And I told him I was at Sheridan College at the time. I was at a school called Sheridan College. I was taking technical illustration at the time. I took technical illustration because I couldn't get into the animation course. That's a whole other story altogether. But what's it called? So he said, "Okay, let's take a look at your portfolio." All right, so I went upstairs. Okay, before I continue the story, how's the stream, guys? Is the stream going okay? Because I did change the settings on this, so this should be streaming at 1280. Okay, I'm still scared to go full HD just because of the source, right? Oh, ZHC, you don't have to give me money, buddy. Thanks for giving me some money, dude. Dude, man. Dude, you gave me $50? Yeah, Zach, man, you gotta save that for all your Copic giveaways. I'll tell you that right now, man. Dude, Zach, you're crazy, bro. You didn't have to do that, man. Okay, next time I'm in LA, lunch is on me, buddy. Okay, lunch is on me. Oh boy. Sorry, I didn't notice you, my friend. My phone was off because I was looking at reference. There you go, buddy. Next time, dude, message me. Tell me you're on, okay? Tell me you're on. So, there you go. Oh boy. Um, is the stream going okay for you guys? Let me just check on my end, see if the stream is okay. All right. There you go. All right. All right. So, is Jazza here too? No, no, not yet. Not much of a noticeable difference, mainly because I zoomed in on the drawing. That's probably why. So, okay. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. All right. Okay. Just reading all your comments here. Okay. Jazza not on yet. Go tell Jazza to come on. And then ZHC message me. Let me know Jazz is on because okay, that the chat is off right now. I can't see it. Be okay, guys. Just to let you know. So if I don't answer, I apologize. Okay. So I'm not sure ZHC if I told you this story yet, but let's continue on. So Pat brought me into his office. Okay. So and he started looking through my portfolio, and to be honest, he didn't care for a lot of it. Okay, mainly because it was all American style. It's not a style that they do. So you could tell he was looking at it and he's like and rightfully so. My stuff wasn't that great back then. It was passable, but it wasn't the best until he got to two particular pieces. There were two pieces that I did that stopped him. He stopped at these two pieces, and what I did was I noticed first of all that they use background artists. Okay, so they and exclusively background artists. These people would be credited as backgrounds. Some companies, they would call them background assists, but they would actually say backgrounds by, right? So I knew maybe that would be a way I could get my foot into the door. So what I did was there were two covers that I saw had no backgrounds. One was a pinup that Sigmund did of Dark Minds, and one was a cover to Warlands #2, if I'm not mistaken. So what I did was I traced the covers, okay? So they looked exactly like what the covers were. Okay, and the thing with these covers, they had no background. So I traced the covers, and then I drew a very, very detailed background behind it. That's what caught Pat's eye. He stopped there, and he kept looking at those two pages. And he's like, dude, this is good stuff. You could draw backgrounds. And it's because I took technical illustration too. That really helped with my background work. And he goes, you know what? Maybe we could get you in here as a background artist. Okay. Now, when he said that, right then, Roger, like I said before, Pat's brother, he barges into the room. He barges in, and he goes, hey, Pat, we need to get this issue of Neon Cyber out. And the background artist's not here, and we need backgrounds. What do we do? And then Pat looks at me, right? And then he goes, "Are you free tonight?" So right there, and then I got my very, very first comic book work that night. It's a page from Neon Cyber #5. I was doing backgrounds for my friend Liu Kang. Okay, his name is actually Liu Kang. That's his name. Okay, if you Mortal Kombat fans out there, his name is actually Liu Kang. But yeah, it was a page of backgrounds. Now I was really slow. That was my very first comic work. It was extremely slow, and they wanted me to do more. But I had plans the next day. We were going to Montreal with the family the next day. But I told him that I had an internship. I needed to get an internship for my program at Sheridan College, and I would love to do my internship at Dreamwave, and I'd work for free. I told him that, and he said, "No, man, we don't do work for free here. So you come in, you do work for me, and I'll pay you to come. So let's do a paid internship." So I did backgrounds for Pat on a Dark Minds Witchblade one shot. So he did all the pencils, and I did all of the backgrounds. And it got to the point where I actually was doing the layouts too for him. So I was laying out the pages. He would go fill in the characters, and then I would do the backgrounds. So that was our workflow back then. So that was one of my very first comic book experiences. Dark Minds Witchblade. Well, there was only one issue, the Dark Minds Witchblade one shot. So yeah, go check that out. By the way, if you can, you could probably find it online somewhere, or I even have that on sale at my store for some reason. So that's how I got my foot in the door into comic books, right? So started. Jeremy, is this the right character, right? I hope that's the right character. Or I need a big pile of whiteout. I'll tell you that much. There you go. Oh boy. You from Canada? I am from Canada. Yeah. And no heating on Zach. Zach's my buddy. Zach's my buddy. You know, and I'll tell you something. I see a lot of myself in Zach when I was his age, and I actually wish that YouTube was around when I was Zach's age back in the day. But I had so much fun back in the day. So just adding a little details on here, guys. All right, so there you go. Just getting from Jeremy, he says there. Okay, yep, that's the same dude I'm drawing. There you go. Though your picture looks better. Okay, so that was that was my very first foray into comic books. So I worked at Dreamwave for I'd say about 3 years. Okay, and then one day I think this was like 2001. 2001. Pat did a Wizard magazine asked Pat to do a image of Transformers. Okay, for the magazine, they were doing this whole '80s revival piece, and they were asking guys like Pat Lee, J. Scott Campbell, Joe Mad to do. Joe Mad did Ninja Turtles. J. Scott Campbell did Thundercats, I believe, and they asked Pat to do an image for Transformers, and people went crazy. They went absolutely crazy for Pat Lee's version of Transformers. So we thought, wouldn't it be cool if we actually had the license to do Transformers comics? And then enter, man, his name is Adam Forche. And he was able to secure the license to do Transformers comics for Dreamwave. Okay? So Pat talked to me, and he's like, James, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do the first series, okay? Or Pat's going to do the first series. And he says, since I'm so good at drawing cars, why don't I take a crack at the second series, which was Transformers Armada. So that was my first fully penciled book, Transformers Armada, #1. Now, because Pat Lee's book sold extremely well. Like, it sold really, really well, his book. When my book hit, people were anticipating my book, okay, my very, very first comic book. That so much so it was the #1 seller that year, 2013. Or 2003. Sorry, 2003. Oh, sorry, not 2003. Sorry, 2002. Apologies, 2002. Transformers Armada, #1 selling book of that year. And I was penciling that book, right? So I drew 5 issues of Transformers Armada. And then I decided to change gears and work for DC, where I got my first DC work. It was on Tokyo Storm Warning with Warren Ellis. Right, and that's a whole series all together. So a lot of you saying I'm slow. Let's see here. So that's how I broke into the comic industry. A lot more bigger stories after that. So I think I need to make his head a little bit bigger. Like that. So will all these be uploaded as videos later? Well, the live streams will stay, and I am filming this in high res here, So that will go up a little later on. So, did I meet Stan Lee? I have not, unfortunately. I never got the chance. That's really unfortunate. So, whew. Fraser had the time of his life at Sheridan. Sheridan's a fun school. I did teach there last year. I'm gonna take off my sweater. Hot. It's hot in here. So, thank you, Sydney. Thank you very much. How do you scan your art into the computer? I usually scan it in pieces, but this one's gonna be complicated because this one, like the other ones I take 11 by 17 boards and tape them together. This one's not taped together, so I got to figure out a way to actually scan this in. So, let me see here. What did I think of the Captain Marvel trailer? I loved it. Hi Taylor, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again. It was a great trailer. I'll be honest, a little bit underwhelming for me. I guess I was expecting a bit more. Not saying I didn't enjoy the trailer. I absolutely did, but I don't know. I think I was expecting more. Okay, and definitely there's more coming. It's early, guys. It's only December. Movie's not coming out till March, right? So there's lots of time. Lots of time for Marvel to do their thing. In Feige we trust, right? So we know it's gonna be awesome. Whatever, and the movie's gonna be awesome. The movie's gonna be awesome for sure. Okay, so I'm giving it a chance still. Okay, but I know there were a lot of people who didn't like that trailer. Some felt it was boring still. Some don't like Brie Larson's voice in it. I'm reserving all judgment still. I am. It's still early. It's only a couple trailers, and it's gonna make its money no matter what. But I'm reserving judgment till I see more. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on that particular item there. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Just looking at my reference here. Reference. Oh. What did you draw practice to get your more detailed comic book art style? I think my years of working in Transformers, that helped for sure. I looked at a lot of the Takara designs of Transformers. That's one of my great influences. The Takara designs. That helped me out immensely to inspire me with all the different types of detail I like to add in my books. So, my worry is I'm drawing this on an angle, so I hope it's not going to be too skewed at the same time. You still online, ZHC? Are you still out there? How does working for a U.S. comic book company work? It's pretty simple. Like we just email. That's it, and then they send me a check. That's pretty much it. There's nothing crazy about it. Like, and nowadays, I don't know about comic book companies. They haven't done this, but most of the clients I work for, it's all e-transfer now. So they just send the money directly into my bank account for the most part. But yeah, that's usually how it works. That's the process. So, let's see here. Did I ever work for DC? I have. I worked on Wonder Woman in DC, for DC, and I worked on Birds of Prey. Okay, so both of them you could actually find in my my store if any of you guys are interested. I have those comic books up for sale in my store. So I have done work for both. So I'm trying to find a nice medium in terms of detail for these Celestials here. I want them to feel otherworldly. I want them to feel gigantic, you know. So, and do that in my style here. So I'm going to take liberties with the design where I can, but still have it kind of feel like the characters themselves. So that is my hope with this, anyway. And then adding like things like gack, we call that gack. Gack is the extra detail, that would happen when something's like that large. So let's see what else here. Will I be doing any drawings for the release of Super Smash Brothers? Probably not. Probably not. Let's see here. Do you ever get anxious when I outline with a pen? No, not anymore. I used to when I was doing this. I used to when I first started going straight to ink, but now, I've been doing this so long now that I'm used to it. I'm used to my process now. So. Let's see. Here. Satima Drawing. I did do one of those like a month ago. If you go check back on my other videos. Hi Nathan, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. It's nice to see the old virtual studio coming back here. All my virtual studio friends. Welcome back, my friends. Hopefully we'll do these live streaming a bit more often, right? So once again, guys, if you want, like, that was a great time, and I used to say this in our virtual studio days. Don't just watch me draw. If you got a pen and paper, why don't you go draw yourself, and then tweet it out to me. Tweet it out to me. I'd love to see what you've been working on. If you're working during my live stream here, I would love to see what you're also working on as well. By the way, no singing tonight, guys. Yesterday wanted me to sing. Kids are sleeping, so it's bad enough I'm talking. But can't sing tonight. That's the bullshit again. Do I know the odd ones out? 1313 DLR says, yeah, I met him at the Streamy Awards. That was that a month and a half ago. Yeah, he didn't know me. He didn't know who I was. I'd never heard of me, which is fine. I told him I was a friend of Jazz's, and now we're friends. I wouldn't say we're friends. It was a very quick conversation. The streamers were over. They were kicking us out when I saw him. So tall dude. If you guys see now on my Instagram, there's a picture of me and James, and a very very tall dude. Or I'm just very short. I'm very short. There you go. How long you be drawing? For some guy was drawing for 10 hours. Definitely not as long as him. Definitely not as long as him. That's just crazy, man. That's a young man's game. I'm old now. Like, I draw for 10 hours, but I need the breaks. I need the breaks. Zach didn't need the breaks. Or he took his break at his desk. So though, you know, when you're forced to sit for that long and do work, you get a ton done. You absolutely do, right? So it is a good thing in that sense. So. Okay. I'm just thinking about where I'm gonna be adding detail to this right now. So thinking. Right, there you go. Is Satima for sale in the website? Not yet, but it will be. So just keep your eye out for that. Um, what is your favorite Transformer you have drawn, or in general? My favorite Transformer to draw, I would say, is the Armada Megatron. Okay, he looks pretty cool. He's like a tank, and more for sentimental reasons. Now, if you told me to draw him like 20 times, I'm gonna hate him. Okay, he won't be my favorite. It's just I haven't drawn him for so long. Somebody asked me where I did a commission for a guy, actually a good friend of mine now. Well, I don't say good friend, but a friend of mine now. He commissioned me to do a Transformers Megatron, and I did that at Hamilton Comic Con a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So, you know what? It's nostalgic. Very, very nostalgic drawing that one. So. Oh. I will be having a Boxing Day sale eventually. Okay, so a Boxing Day sale for those of you not in Canada. Boxing Day is December 26th. Okay, but usually now companies for their Boxing Day sale, they'll start on the 24th. They'll start at 24th and then go right through the holidays. So I might do the same thing. But yes, the sale is coming near the end of the month. It's coming. So. Let's see here. Do I speak Spanish? No, I don't. Have you ever tried anything in the style of H.R. Geiger? Is it Giger or Geiger? Geiger or Giger? No, I haven't. Though I do love his style, of course. Who doesn't love Geiger's style? It's crazy and out there. Aliens, that sort of style. So, no, I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. I apologize to you guys. So. Though my last name is Spanish. And by the way, like a lot of you are pointing out, in Spanish, the way to pronounce my last name is not Reyes. It's Raiz. So that's really the pronunciation of my last name. But ever since I was in grade 2, I believe, grade 2, my teacher asked me, she goes, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Reyes? I said Raiz. She goes, Rats? I'm like, Reyes is fine. That's and it kind of just stuck. So that's we'll call that my pen name, my Hollywood name. It's James Reyes. That's my pen name. So really, it is Raiz, 2 syllables, Raiz. But which is Spanish. Okay, that's Spanish. It means roots, right? Roots. But just to make it a little easier, that's why we went with the Rays. So there you go. What did I draw when I was younger to become so good? I was just drawing everything, mainly like Super Friends. I was drawing Super Friends a lot. I don't have much childhood art. I wish I did, but I don't anymore. I don't know what happened to all of them, all my childhood art. So there you go. What is my commission website? If you check out any of my videos, any of my recent videos, I have my website there. Of in that and my site there that has my commissions, prints, all of that stuff. You can go check that out. Okay. And thank you to everyone who ordered prints, especially over the last month or so. A lot of you have. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. So I do appreciate you guys, supporting the channel in that way. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Am I a hockey fan? Pringleman asks. Yes, I am. Hockey fan. I'm in Toronto, so I'm naturally a Leaf fan. I've been a Leaf fan my whole life. Maple Leafs fan. Now, some of that's unpopular with some, okay, and understandably so. It was funny when I was in Vancouver. Oh man, did they hate the Maple Leafs there? And I was on a bus with kids. A lot of you don't know I teach Sunday school to kids, and we were on a bus. I think we were taking the kids to a trip to the aquarium, if I'm not mistaken. And then I shouted in the middle of the bus, I'm like, "Go Leafs!" The bus just went dead silent. Everyone went dead silent. Everyone looked at me like this. They all look like that. They all look like me like that. So that's fine. Whoever your sports team is, By the way, I would love to know, what is your favorite sports team? Who's your team? NFL, basketball team, football team. When I say football, soccer, football. We have Toronto FC here, and I got to bring my son to a game. My son loves soccer. But who's your team? Penguins. Go Leafs. There are a lot of Leafs. Raptors fans. There you go. Tigers. There you go. Patriots. Patriot fan in here. Patriot fan. There you go. Packers fan. Oh, didn't they just fire, what's his name? Who was that coach again? Just fired, I forgot his name. So, after Barcelona, Broncos, the Predators, a Predators fan. Look at that, Nashville Predators fan. Is Predators hockey? Is that big in Nashville? It's got to be very niche, I'll tell you, like hockey, it's like a rich man's sport, right? It's very, like, you got to be rich to play hockey. You know what I mean? Like all the equipment, and then growing up, all that equipment doesn't fit anymore. Growing up, so your parents gotta really love the game for you to get really good in hockey, right? You need money to play hockey. You know what I mean? So, James, will you ever? Vishnu asks, will you ever make a comic you own? We'll see. I have a few ideas. The question is, will I actually draw it, or will I get someone to draw it and I'll do the covers? I don't know if I would actually do a full issue myself, but we'll see. I won't say completely no, but the fire to actually make sequential art, that's gone. I've had my fill of that. Just because it's a grind, guys. It really is. So you really got to love it to do it, and I'm not sure if I still have that love that I used to have for it nowadays. I love making YouTube videos. I could do YouTube videos all day long, right? I could live stream with you guys all day long. I could. So you gotta have that fire and passion to do comics, and I just don't have that anymore. Not like before. So let's see here. Where's the Avengers Forge trailer? I don't know. Starving artists can't afford to play hockey while buying Copics. That is true. That's true. So I haven't even bought a set of Copics yet. I don't have one. Zach, I need Copics. Can you send me some? Like, you're always giving them away. Can you give me somebody? Now, that's the funny thing with all these Copics. Back in the day, when I was going to school anyway, Copics weren't around yet. Back then, it was Prismacolor markers, and so that was the industry standard back then. It was Prismacolor markers and Tria markers. They were called Tria markers. So that's what I was using in school. It was Tria markers. But I don't think you can get trio markers anymore. I don't think they sell those anymore. Prismacolors are still around because I think Sharpie owns them, right? The same company that owns Sharpie, they own Prismacolors. So hey, if Sharpie gives me a sponsorship, then maybe I'll be using Prismacolors instead. Hey guys, if you want Sharpie to sponsor me, maybe you could tweet them for me. Okay, I think they just need a push. I have contacted them about possibilities, but I don't know. So maybe they need a little push. So. Oh, that's right. ZHC gave me donations, but unfortunately, with those donations, it's not enough. There you go. There you go. Is there a way I could do a live stream with Jazza? Probably not unless I go visit him. Okay. I don't think Jazza would come here, but I'm hoping to go to Australia sooner than later, one of these days. But we'll see. We'll see. If I get to visit him, maybe we'll do a live stream together one of these days. But we'll see. Let's see here. Breeze is root in Spanish, so are you Groot? There you go. I guess so. I am Root. You guys are witty. You got that witty. So, let's see here. Could I draw Primus from Transformers? I am looking into drawing Primus. Of course, I've done Unicron, so it only makes sense that I do Primus. So probably not until the new year. Like I have so many other things on the go, and so many other video ideas I need to get out first before doing Primus. But that is on the list for sure. People have been asking me to do Primus ever since I did the Unicron one. So Primus makes the most sense to do. It's just I just need to do it. Okay, so by the way, follow my buddy Nathan at Dribs2012. Okay, at Dribs2012. Nathan has been Nathan has been following me for a long time. So that's why I just want to shout out Nathan. Hey Nathan. So what's the most difficult drawing you ever had? Oh, let me think about that. Difficult drawing I ever had. Superman? And I told you guys my Superman story ad nauseum, so I don't feel like telling it, so because it's sad. So go check out. I talk about the whole Superman story. Go look up me drawing Superman, and I'll tell my story about that and my experience drawing Superman for DC. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. So, let's see here. Do you have an original character, or do you plan to create one? I have a few original characters that I have on the go, so that's why we'll see. We'll see what the new year brings, okay? And I would love your support, guys, if I do bring something to the market. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. Still early in the game with those things. Hi, chicken nuggets. That is all Monet says. Chicken nuggets. I love chicken nuggets. Wish I could eat them. I can't eat them right now. So I'm trying to lower down on the fried foods. Lower down the fried foods. Let's see here. Hey, Steffu. Let's see. Oh, this nugget talk. Yum. Can I do a video using gouache? You know, I haven't used gouache since college. I loved using gouache. Gouache is fun. What got me into using gouache was Alex Ross. Alex Ross uses gouache all the time, and it's a great medium. It's a great medium to do work. So I would love to do gouache again. It would be a lot of fun. So we'll see. Maybe I'll give it a try. But then I have to buy some. I'm cheap. Thank you, Mr. Matt. Thank you very much. Mr. Matt likes my style of drawing here. So just trying to see if I could add things that will make him feel a little bit bigger. Look, I'm just gonna sit down properly like this. There you go. Go. Where can you get microns for a good price? I don't know. Art store. By the way, guys, I just had an affiliate link with Amazon, like a lot of creators do. So I'm gonna have a link in my videos from now on. I'm gonna have a link to all the materials that I use. If you wanted to buy some, you want to support the channel, if you could click those links and if you buy them, I get a little bit of a kickback from it. Right? Not a whole deal, but it does help the channel out. So just to let you guys know, okay. That's probably going to be starting with my next videos, and I could probably been doing it with my older videos. So Amazon, watch out for sales. How long will I finish? I probably won't finish till Friday. I'm hoping to finish Friday because I actually have a whole slew of other projects that I need to work on. So. Have I ever done a Gundam most detailed drawing ever? Not yet, but I will. But I definitely will. Will I do a poll of what I should draw next? Not yet, but I will shortly because I do want to get back to more daily content. That's the one thing though with the most detailed drawing ever is they take so much time. They literally take like 3 days. Now, if you actually look at the actual drawing time, if I bring all the drawing footage in Premiere, really it's only like 8 hours or so, 8-9 hours, and that's split up over a few days. But things get in the way, like kids coming running around and having to do the bathroom, all that stuff, stuff like that. So can't get in as much drawing time per day as I would like, actual sit down and draw time. So they take a while. But I'm doing things to try to speed up that process. I just got myself a buddy who's helping me out with my editing, things like that. So giving my buddy Kieran a little bit more color work to do. So I'm free not to do that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Yep. So let's see. For you, Caesar. There you go. That's so 2016. 26 is that 2016? Yeah, 2016 probably, right? There you go. Hey, Rad, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, man? Shouldn't you be doing your work, man? You got a matte painting to finish, my friend. By the way, tell me what Eric thought of your matte painting, dude. So let me know what he thought. Hopefully he was able to help you out a bit. There you go. How many Celestials will I draw? I'm going to draw all of them on this piece, actually. This is going to be a very, very, very extensive piece, guys. So that's why. The way things are going right now, I really need to get some work done on here. So might come to the point where I'm going to go silent on this stream. I'm going to go silent on the stream because I need to make a little bit more leeway here. So just to let you know, he's done with it. That's good, buddy. Congrats. Would I draw a Captain Marvel movie for the upcoming movie? Well, we'll see. Possibly. We'll see. It's better if I did it officially. I wish. Maybe you guys go tweet Marvel, tweet Disney, and say, "Hey, we would love James Reyes to do a Captain Marvel poster." Go tweet them right now. Go tweet them right now. There you go. Shout out Darwin, kababayan, mabuhay. There you go. Thank you very much, Ian. What time is it for me? It's midnight now. 12:09. Right now, lots of energy left. So I'm probably still going to go for another 2 hours or so. The question is, will I be doing those 2 hours live? I was going to do the whole thing live, but I really need to get more work done than I am right now. So I'm considering stopping the stream to get more work done. But we'll see, guys. Because I see you here. I want to talk to you, right? That's your fault. I want to talk to you guys, Do I stream every day? I will. For this thing so I could get there. What's the best project you ever done in your career? By far, the Avengers piece that I did, the Infinity War piece I did for Marvel earlier this year. By far, greatest piece I've ever done. Professionally, anyway. Like I still think the Star Wars piece beats it in terms of the actual piece itself. But that was for me. That wasn't for Marvel. Or that wasn't for Disney. That was for me. But also the Transformers Megalitho, that's right up there. If you guys haven't seen that, that's 600 Transformers together on one giant poster. If you guys haven't seen that, so. Hey, let's see here. Christopher says, thoughts on PJ's success going from collab with the virtual studio, thanking you for Star Wars piece to working for Jazza. Yeah, I am so, Chris, I'm so proud of that dude, like PJ. He's killing it over there, too. He's learning so much from Jazza, and I couldn't be more happy for him. That's great. Good on him. And I've messaged him so many times, congratulating him because, who else could you learn from than the king of art YouTube, right? Jessa, right? So he's going to learn so much from working for him. So good on him. And good on Jazza, too, for being able to bring on a full-time assistant like that, That's fantastic. So really, really proud of that dude. If you guys don't know PJ's Jazza's assistant. And he, when I finished my Star Wars piece, he actually put together a very, very special tribute video for me, featuring guys like Chris, who asked the question, and everyone who was on the live stream with me. They all did this very, very special video for me, which was so nice of all of them. So it was really nice of them to do that. So there you go. Let's see here. Favorite movie of all time. Oh, favorite movie of all time. Austin Powers. There you go. Austin Powers. Some of you youngins won't know what that is. And some of you shouldn't watch that because it's a little rated R. Is that rated R? Or is that PG-13? Would that be rated R? PG-13. So... I like to laugh, man. I prefer to laugh over a drama. Like I like a good drama here and there, but I'd rather laugh. I just rather laugh. You guys know me, so you could imagine me. You guys know how I laugh. You imagine me in the theater first watching that movie, right? Yeah, baby. How old am I? Oh boy. Well, it's no secret how old I am. Like I did my 40th anniversary, 40 years old stream. 40 years old stream. The stream didn't go for 40 years. My 40th birthday stream. So I am 40 years old. That's how old I am. So I am up there, my friends. I am seasoned. I'm seasoned. I'm like salt and pepper. I'm seasoned. There you go. I'm seasoned. Oh, I just realized my wife's watching me on the big screen over there. There you go. That's funny. Oh, I lost you guys. My phone turned off. Hold on. Hold on. I get a message from Jeremy. What did he say? Hold on. Oh, thank you very much, Jeremy's liking the way things are turning out. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's great. Let's see. Let's see here. Doesn't seem 40 at all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think they're going to be doing a new Austin Powers, aren't they? I've heard that. I heard they're considering it. I consider it. So, looks like you have Asian blood. I do, my friends. I do. Let's see here. Can you speak Tagalog words? Not that many. Not that many as I would like. Like, I know when someone calls me fat. I know when someone calls me ugly. The funny thing is like my grandma, my grandmother, she doesn't speak English. She didn't. She lived with us for a while, so our conversation would literally be like me going, Lola, Lola, gutom na ako, which means I'm hungry, and she laughed, ha 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 ha. That's our conversation. That was it. So there you go. Do I have a Patreon? Not yet, but we'll see soon. Soon enough, it will happen. So, have I ever gotten bored of a piece? Yes, many a times. Especially if you work on something long enough, or if there's nothing, or if the piece gets monotonous after a while. Now, a piece like this, no, because there's so many things going on in this piece. There's so many new things to draw that I don't get bored. I don't get bored because there's always something new to add. So I'm just adding like little itty bitty bits here that you guys can't see. The live stream. So, Jake, what was your question? I missed your question, my friend. I missed it. How did you start with ZHC? I followed him since first collaboration. Also, can you draw yourself with your name, but as a Gundam style jizz race? Do not look for that on YouTube, by the way, guys. By the way, Christopher, how I met ZHC, he messaged me, like he had a YouTube back then, but he wasn't full on the YouTube yet. Like he was under 10,000 subscribers when we first started talking, but he already had a very, very huge Instagram following. Like he has a really big Instagram following, which I don't. But he messaged me because he was looking for someone to help break into comics, and that's when he started. Like he DM'd me, and then that's when we started talking. Right? And the more I talked to this guy, the more I felt he was, just like me back in the day when I was trying to break into comic books. So that's why I found it was very easy to talk to him, and we became friends after that. So that's pretty much it. Let's see here. You should draw Stan Lee, Ryan says. I did. Go check out a few videos ago. I did my tribute to Stan Lee, so go check that out if you get the chance. So probably one of my favorite videos on this channel is that Stan Lee video. So, do you need a special type of work permit to work for DC or Marvel? No. Not that I know of, unless you're gonna actually like move to the states. Unless you're gonna actually move to the states to work for them, like you don't need a work permit, right? They just give you the work, they send you the check, and then you deal with government taxes and all that stuff in your wherever you live, right? So you definitely don't need that. I've never run into that problem. So I need a smaller micron. This is 1 micron. I think I need a 0.5. Do I have a 0.5 here? Do I have a 0.5? I do. Is there anything I don't like drawing? No. I pretty much enjoy all of it. As long as I feel like drawing it, right? I don't mind drawing it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't want to do comics as much anymore, because people tell me what to do, or I have to follow exactly what they tell me to draw. So let's see here. Do you know Todd Knock's art, and do you have any thoughts on it? I love Todd Knock. I was a fan of Todd Knock way before he was doing YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff, right? He was like one of those. He was one of the Liefeld guys back in the day, right? And I loved his stuff. So, and we have talked about possibly doing a collab before, but this was before, like way like a year or so ago. We've been talking about possibly doing a collab together. Never went anywhere though. We never, and my fault too. I didn't follow up on it. But yeah, I love his style, and he's still going strong. Still doing comics for Marvel. So great guy, Todd Knock. So let's see here. It's like 12 a.m. What are you doing? I'm drawing. I'm having a good time with you guys. We're partying. So right now I'm just adding like little itty bitty bits of detail here. Stuff that doesn't really mean anything. But it's just a way to kind of make this character feel even bigger than what he is. Stuff that you guys can't see just because of the resolution of the camera, but hopefully when you guys see the high res version, you can actually see what I'm doing. So, would I draw a puppy? I have drawn a puppy. That's actually one of my more favorite videos too. I did a puppy for my friend, um, my friend of mine in San Francisco. She asked me to draw her dog, so I did that for her. You can check that out on my channel. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, what's your relationship with the boss? Says, hey, it's the boss. What's your relationship with comic book characters? What do you think of the current Marvel and DC artists working today? Now, I'll be honest. I haven't really bought a comic book in quite a while. Like when I started hanging out with my buddy Mark, that was the first time I'd been into a comic book store in quite a while. But in terms of the comic book artists today, like a lot of them are very cartoony. I'm finding, or they're very they're not like I got in when it was when being a more realistic style was the fad. So if you looked at my stuff, everyone was trying to do a Brian Hitch. If you guys know who Brian Hitch was doing Ultimates at the time. So everyone was trying to do like this realistic style when it came to the comic books. It was like you were casting your your characters, right? So everyone was taking an actor from Hollywood and then trying to cast them in the role, and then kind of draw them the way they looked at it. Like the way Brian Hitch drew Nick Fury as Samuel L. Jackson. right? Then that's how Samuel L. Jackson, he wanted to be. That's how he got the job playing Nick Fury, because Brian Hitch drew him as Nick Fury, as Samuel L. Jackson. So back then it was a more realistic style. Now that style's not as popular as it used to be. Like now it's a little bit more cartoony, but very dynamic. But at the same time, like comic books today, it's a real mix of different styles nowadays. So it's fun. I enjoy good art. I enjoy art with good energy, for sure. So let's see. Being a Maple Leafs fan, do you dislike the Montreal Canadiens, or are you fine with them? That's a good question. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. There's a lot of tradition. They won way more Stanley Cups than we did. But I only dislike them when they're playing us. Okay? Yeah, only when they're playing us. That's when I dislike them. Okay? When not, I root for them. I root for them. I want them to do well. It's just like Vancouver, especially since I've been to a hockey game there, watched the Canucks there play, and I root for the Canucks. I do, unless they're playing us. Okay. And whenever they play us, all my friends there in Vancouver, they always make fun of me. Because we were always losing, except for this year. Let's see here. How do you avoid streaks when doing your shading with a Sharpie? Yeah, I just make sure not to go over that area when it's wet. Keep it dry. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you what. Just because I'm working super slow, I really need to get work done here. I think I'm going to be ending the stream just a little bit earlier than I was planning. Just because I need to get work done. I'm not going to stop working, but I really need to concentrate and get way more work done than I am right now, because I'm not getting as much as I would like to done, and I need to get more work done. So I'll probably go for another, like, say, 5 minutes or so. Okay, so if you guys want to ask me more questions, now's the best time to ask. Okay. Have I ever visited Vancouver Island? That's where I'm from. Yes, I have. I lived in Vancouver for 3 years. So I've been to Victoria and all that. I was living in Burnaby back then. Burnaby, BC. And I was working downtown. So I'd take the SkyTrain every morning downtown. So let's see here. JP's just north of me. Cool. Do I know any Tagalog? Again, not so much. There you go. Get that work done. There you go. Will I do a fan meetup anytime soon? Probably not soon, though. I am thinking about it. So if I do go to Celebration, I'm thinking maybe to do one there in Chicago. If I do go to San Diego next year, I'll probably revolve it around conventions. Okay, so maybe Fan Expo Toronto next year, or maybe even in March. That might be a good time to do a meetup. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll listen to you guys. We'll see. Okay, so let me just take a few minutes here. I'm gonna stop the camera here. I'm just gonna take a few more minutes just to answer your questions, and we're gonna call it a night. And then I'm just gonna sit down and work here. So let's see here. Alex asked all 3 questions, but all have been skipped. I apologize because I keep looking down at. Let's see. Do microns need tips to maintain the ink? I've never need to replace the tips. However, I always need to replace the actual microns themselves. So if that is a way to make them last longer, someone let me know so I could make my microns last a little bit longer. So, okay, here. What's favorite drawing I've done? The Star Wars piece and the Avengers piece. Those are my 2 favorites. What's my opinion on the Rob Liefeld hate? Well, you know what? People aren't going to like what they don't like. I am a huge fan of Rob Liefeld. I love his stuff. It's one of the things that got me into comics was Liefeld's stuff. So he does have his core fans. But nowadays with Liefeld, it's more... I admire the man even more now that he's more of a public figure in terms of, like, he's always doing interviews and like now actually seeing his personality, something you couldn't see back then in the old Image days because he wasn't on TV as much. Now he is, and I like the guy even more. I like it, and seeing the way he works at cons, I really respect the man, and I like his art. Those are there, and I had friends here who didn't like his art, saw the way he worked at cons, how he lets people say whatever they want, good or bad, doesn't say anything about it, let's roll off his back. People have more of what's called respect for him. Even if they don't like his art, they have a respect for him now than they used to. So, well, but at the same time, if people don't like Liefeld, that's their prerogative. They could, like art is like food. Some people like certain dishes, some people don't. So, who am I to tell them that they're wrong in their opinion, right? So yeah, that's what I think. So, do a real life size piece, maybe. Favorite Image Comics title? Spawn, probably. Spawn. I collected all of them. Spawn. I really like Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk was a really cool, fun issue, like a real who is it detective type story. I only collected the first 3 series, and then that was it. But Wildcats, just because I was a Jim Lee fan back then. Cyberforce, like all of the originals. I even had the Savage Dragon comics, like Savage Dragon going strong still today. So let's see here. Just a few more questions, guys, and then we're gonna call it a night. Let's see. Let's see here. Please do a. Oh, this is interesting. Subject 17 says, please do a Splinter Cell piece. I actually worked on Splinter Cell. I worked on Splinter Cell Blacklist, the video game. I was on the cinematics team. I was a storyboard artist, so I actually got to go to the what's it called, the motion capture shoots. My buddy there at the time, he was the animation director, so he got me the job, and he's now one of the big wigs over there. He's a big time producer over there now. But yeah, I worked on Splinter Cell Blacklist over there. That was a fun. I worked there for almost a year, so it was fun. Do I know Jim Lee? No, I don't. Do I like Jay Lee's art? I do like Jay Lee's art. I really like his style. Probably one of my influences too. I love the way he incorporates blacks with everything. So I like his art for sure. Favorite Star Wars movie? I would say I like Empire and A New Hope. But I would say if I had to choose, I'll probably choose A New Hope over Empire just because it was the first one and I enjoyed it. I think Empire is a better movie per se, but sentimental reasons, I like A New Hope better. Though at the same time, I have a special place in my heart for Episode 2. And I've explained that it's because that's the very first one. No joke, that was the very first one I saw in theaters. I didn't become a Star Wars fan until later in life, not till like at college. Even though it was around for a while, I never really watched them until after I saw Episode 2 in theaters. So I have a little place in my heart for Episode 2. So there you go. Do you ever experiment with other people's style to get more of a feel of it? No, but that's was a fun thing to do with my 10 styles videos. It was fun to try to do those styles. Past Matters, shout out. There you go. Let's see here. Are you doing another Splinter Cell game? No, I only did one AAA game, and that was it. I went back into film after that. Let's see here. Let's see. Quality versus quantity. When getting started, which is more important? Definitely quality. Definitely quality. However, quality won't improve unless you do a lot of it too. So it's a real give and take, right? So it's one of the things. So get the basics down first, then just keep drawing and drawing, drawing and drawing. And again, my advice to all of you guys who are new, go look out for that podcast with Jim Lee and Kevin Smith, where Jim Lee explains how he got into comics. It will make you work harder. It will definitely make you work harder. Okay. Let's see here. Do you watch anime too? Not so much. Not so much. I'll admit I don't. For those of you who watch my Anime 2 Western series, you can tell that I don't really watch a lot of anime. I'm just doing the ones that my kids are telling me to do and my friends. So, Crystal likes ZHC better. Me too. What's the hardest thing I've drawn? I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see here. You need some milk. I don't like milk. There you go. Do you think you'll ever visit Ottawa? I've been in Ottawa many, many times. My sister went to Carleton University back in the day, so we used to visit Ottawa a lot back in the day. I never skated on the Rideau Canal. I would like to do that one of these days, but yeah, I'm always there at least once a year. I'm in Ottawa, so let's see here. Do you ever take breaks or stretches doing art? I do for sure. Will I get this piece covered? We'll see. What time is it? It's 12:30. There you go. So, Sathu's in Carlton. There you go. What did you do for exercise? I don't know. Can you tell? Okay. Have I given up coffee for good? Never say never, but that's the plan, to give up coffee for good. I still have my green tea here. So, okay, just one more question here, guys. I'm just waiting for a good one, and then we're going to call it a night. Okay. Let's see here. Hello, Narupa. Hello. Let's see here. Maybe I'll go back here. Okay. Who are good female artists to look at? One that I really like following right now in terms of comic books. Her name says, I think it's was it Sia Animation, I think, on Instagram. Let's see if I can find Sia Animation. Yeah, Sia Animation. Her name's Sia I love her stuff. She's great. Kaizama, who does Transformers as well. Keizama. She's amazing. Go check her out. My friend Sarah. Sarah. She's French. Sarah. 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 How do you pronounce her name? I forgot her last name. Sarah. Oh, she's a friend of mine too. I forgot her last name. She's amazing. So just off the top of my head, those are some great ones there. So, okay, so guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Mainly, I'm not gonna stop working. I just need to get more done. This is looking at this right now. 2 nights. I need to get more done. So I'm just gonna go and draw. So yeah. Okay. Do I still practice? Not as much because I'm always working. That's the thing. I would love to practice more, but I'm always working. So, okay, guys. So let's call it a night. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me for this abbreviated version. So probably next time I'll probably just go an hour with you guys and then get to work, just because I got so much to do here. I would love to do everything live, but as you guys could tell, I'm having too much fun talking to you guys because you guys are fun to talk to. There you go. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. All of you are saying bye. Thank you for guys for watching. Oh, can you do me a favor, guys? Can you do me a huge favor? Would mean a lot to me if you could do me this favor. I just put that Bumblebee trailer up on my channel. If you saw that, but I put that up before I started the live stream today. If you could possibly share that, or go to my Twitter page, and I actually have the full video up on my Twitter. If you could retweet that or share the one from YouTube, and then tag Hasbro and what's it called, Hasbro, Paramount Pictures, anyone who you think would be interested in seeing that trailer. It would mean a lot to me if you could share that for me. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. All right, before we go, what do we do our goodbye ritual here? High five to you here. High five to you up here. High five. Hashtag high five. Thank you for joining me. We are the Raise Brigade. We are the Fundraisers, which I still like. I like that name, Fundraisers. And more importantly, we are all box office artists. Thank you guys for watching. My name is James. I am the box office artist. I'm here to say keep drawing. Good night. And I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, I need my mouse is way behind me. Why is the computer behind me? There you go. Okay, good night, everybody. Good night.